I left America 5 years ago to live abroad and traveled the world, and I returned last December. So now I've been here officially for 1 year, and this is everything I have learned and everything I just know to be true about America. America's a third world country.
So they're saying by 2026, California should be expected to pay over $8 a gallon for gas? Something's got to change, y'all.
So our property taxes are going up by 40% next year.
I just got our rent renewal for our apartment complex, and it's going up by $300 a month.
Welcome to the land of the free 2025. Do we have free healthcare? No. Free accommodation for the elderly? Absolutely not. Do we have free housing for the homeless? Absolutely not. Do we have free education? No. Do we have free food? No. So wait, what's free?
Lost my job today, fam. I went on a 6-day trip for a vacation that was pre-approved by my manager. I came back from vacation, opened up my laptop, had a weird review on my Outlook calendar, went into the meeting, got fucking fired.
We need to prepare for job layoffs in 2026. There's no doubt that a lot of layoffs did happen this winter, right before the holidays, because it's actually more profitable for these companies to lay you off right before the year ends.
Well, second time in a year, almost a year to the day, I got laid off again. Twice in a year. And, what the fuck?
Shalom. First of all, I'd like to start off by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kadash. Double honors to teachers, elders, and apostles of a great millstone, likewise, brothers, put on this truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep and do brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom to this lesson's title. Your miserable American life is all part of the prophecies. Let's go into the book of Habakkuk 2, start verse 1, and reads, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai, answered me and said, write the vision, and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And before I came into this truth, you had the elders and apostles and bishops and other elder brothers out there, okay, that were talking about what? Okay, the prophecies that will come to pass, which is about, no work, a lack of food, the sword, and constant fear of what tomorrow would bring to you people. And for you Hebrew Israelites out there, so-called blacks and Americans and Latinos, which this warning is really out to you, you have instead mocked. You trust in what your enemy, the oppressor, Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, has promised what he would deliver to you. Well, as you can see, that's not working out so well now, is it? Let's go into the book of Amos 9 and 8, because you have to absorb the fact that Great Babylon America, aka the United States of America, is going to be destroyed. It reads, behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai. Now the house of Jacob is the 12 tribe of Israel. Okay, so you have in this last days here of this wicked kingdom, okay, you have the house of David being built, okay, the remnant, okay, of Yasharallah, okay, who have turned from their wickedness, okay, to serve the Lord Yahweh Shemashai. Now, that 1/3 elect will be saved, okay, throughout all the tribulation and the plagues, okay, that the Lord Yahweh Shemashai is going to bring upon Great Babylon America before that final blow. So if you're sitting now as a Hebrew Israelite, so-called blacks, Native American, Latinos, whose seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, if you're sitting here believing some way, somehow, that your enemy is going to find a way to preserve your life here, well, how's that working out for you? Again, I ask. This is the book of Psalms 91, and starting with verse 4. Okay, and this is that 1/3 that's going to be saved. Okay, and this clearly describes the kind of hell that is going to be taking place here in Great Babylon, America. Because if you see in the opening, you people, you're whining and bitching about, being jobless, living in your car, can't afford anything. Okay, wait till the violence start. Because as you can see, every year, okay, more and more and more people are being introduced to homelessness and the miseries that has always been here in Great Babylon, America. This is Psalms 91, verse 4, and it reads, He shall cover thee with his feather, and under his wing shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. So this is speaking about the elect, okay? Those that put their trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, who the world ignorantly call God and Jesus. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh to thee. Now, people aren't going to just fall down, okay? This is talking about being put down in various form. That could be from just literally starving to death, or somebody putting you into the spirit world with the sword because they're taking whatever little that you have, okay? Or they're just giving up on life, period, okay? So this is talking about great amount of death. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh Shai, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Okay, and the thinking is that if you're standing out there in the corner reading a Bible, you must be some stupid, uneducated man out there, And of course, the fact that we happen to be dark-skinned men that are standing out there, and you do have the lighter skin northern tribe men out there, okay, as well as those that actually look like what you would perceive to be so-called white men, okay, over there in England and some of the other nations out there. But nonetheless, okay, the perception of men standing outside with Bibles in their hand, preaching and warning you, okay, with handmade signs, okay, of the destruction of Great Babylon, America, letting you know that there's going to be a time, okay, that when this place implodes on itself, this devil, Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, okay, the elites that are sitting and plotting your demise, okay, are going to say, you know what? We have a solution. We need you to put this in your body, which is that RFID microchip, okay, or the MOTB, mark of the beast. And then they're going to make it mandatory. And those that refuse are going to be put to death. And the scripture goes heavily into that. So if you think that what you're experiencing right now happens to be coincidental, no. Your miserable American life is all part of prophecies. Let's go into 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 12. Because you can see just how this is going to look. Okay, this is just a smidgen, okay, of how this is really going to play out. It reads, Egypt, which this place is known as spiritual Sodom in Egypt. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that power shall bring upon it. Okay, what is the foundation? What this place is built on? Okay, thief, robbery. Okay, you look around and you still see people driving in their vehicles. You still see people going to jobs. You still have a few restaurants open. You still have life going on as usual. Okay, so is this place going to completely fall all at once? Not right now, but it will. Okay, and that is when they're going to introduce the mark of the beast, and that's going to be a global thing. So what's happening here is going to be taking place in these other nations that have followed the ways of Great Babylon, America. And it reads, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fall through the blasting and hail, and with fearful consolation. So you're seeing, people saying, I work 2 or 3, 4 or 5 jobs and still can't make ends meet. Okay, it's not supposed to be that way, because right now this is a judgment time. So there's nothing that you can do. If you are on the naughty list, okay, or you are not a part of the elect that the Lord Yahweh Shemashai is going to guide through the tribulation, okay, that he's going to bring on this place, then guess what? Nothing you do is going to save you. And even if you somehow manage, okay, to put a little aside for yourself, somebody else is going to take it. In fact, let's go into it. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. See, world, not only Great Babylon, America, But we like to focus on this space specifically because this is where most of the Hebrew Israelites are that's going to be delivered. It said, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. It's going to be a class war, a color war, race war, whatever you want to name it, okay? It's a you live next to me, you have it war, okay? It's going to be a gender war. Men are going to take it from females because they're weaker. Females are going to look for a softer target or take it from children, okay? You get the idea, right? Even animals are going to get in the mix of this. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the cause of their actions shall stand in their power. This is why you're hearing a whole lot of talks from these Edomites, okay, concerning a civil war too, because they're losing faith on what they thought was going to be a man that was going to deliver them out of poverty or somehow bring America back to its former glory, you know, where Negroes and Hispanics use separate restrooms, okay, and basically sat in a corner, very silent. And that's not happening. Instead, okay, the trap and the snares that was supposed to be for us is falling on them, okay? And that's part of the curses too, pursuant to Deuteronomy 30 and 7, okay, which you other tribes are going to experience. Let's close with the book of Isaiah 30, sound verse 1, because this is specifically to you Hebrew Israelites out there, okay? Now, we preach the gospel for all the nations to hear, but in reality, the warning is really for our people, okay? People who are a part of the 12 tribe of Israel. It reads, woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover where they covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. So you're going to go to Great Babylon, America. And this is why you hear when people talk about, oh, I don't have a job right now and I got laid off just before Christmas. The first thing that comes to their mouth is, I can't buy Christmas gifts and all that stuff. Really? That's a forefront in your mind. So that tells us you're still involved in this place. You're ashamed of losing your job just because you can't buy Christmas gifts. Okay? And you heard that one Jake Day said, oh, well, I just paid my car note for this month of my rent. Now I got to go and, start pasting my resume on these platforms. And it's like, I'm curious to see an update. Okay? That walk to go down to Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen himself in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So again, we tell you there's an option. Okay, the option is what? Repent and turn back to Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, where we are going to be the inheritors of the kingdom of heaven. Not this place that, I already read to you Amos 9 and 8, where the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, the Most High himself, said he hates this place and he's going to destroy it. But Esau was given a time to be in rulership. Okay, that's his blessing. Okay, Jacob, okay, is going to be blessed in a different way, which is what? The inheritance of the kingdom of heaven. It reads, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Because again, you see these people, they go, how is it America, the great and mighty America, is like a third world country? Yeah. Because you don't believe in the prophecy. Your miserable American life is all part of the prophecy. Lord willing, the echo said of that goes by giving all going on to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Rakakadash Shalom.